Good morning, children. We have completed two chapters, nutrition in plants and nutrition in animals. So now the third unit or the third chapter is fiber to fabric. So already this you have learned in your previous class about fiber and fabric. So now let us continue. Now we have studied about food, isn't it? How the plants will take the food and how the animals and the human beings. Now let us study the another basic need which we use in our daily life, that is the clothes, isn't it? Without clothes, can we live? No. Clothes are also one of our basic need, isn't it? We have varieties of clothes. And seasons are there, in which season what type of cloth you wear, isn't it? Summer season you wear the cotton, in rainy season you wear different than in the winter season you wear the woolen clothes, and also like this varieties of clothes are there. So from where are we getting these clothes? How they are made? How they are available in the market and all. So that we are going to study in this chapter about fiber to fabric. So first of all, we get the clothes from both animals as well as the plants. So here in this lesson we are going to study about how we get the fiber. We get the fiber from the animals, we get the wool from the animals and silk also from the animals. So here we will study about wool and silk, how they are obtained, how the clothes are made, from where we get the woolen as well as the silk. So first of all, fiber. What is a fiber? Fiber means thread, isn't it? We have seen cotton we get from the cotton plant, isn't it? That is made into threads. You have learned in your previous class how it is made into thread, then how the clothes are made and all. So what we do here, so animal fibers, wool and silk. So like this, now we'll study about only the wool first. So wool we get from sheep, goat, yak and some other animals. So there are two types of fibers, natural fibers and synthetic fibers. Natural fibers means which we get from the naturally, that is from the plants and animals. And synthetic fibers means which are mixed with the chemicals and they are made. Such fibers are called as synthetic fibers. For example, the natural fibers are animal fibers and the plant fibers. What we get from the animals and the plants. We get from the plants cotton, then jute, all this we get from the plants. From animals we get wool and silk. Synthetic fibers means it will be mixed with the chemicals. They prepare it in the factories where the chemicals are mixed. For example, polyester, nylon and all these clothes, they are made artificially by the man. They are not naturally obtained. They are made by man by using the chemicals. So those are called as synthetic fibers. Okay. So now let us study about the animal fibers. In that first we will study about wool and then we will study about the silk. So first of all, wool. From where all we get the wool? You might have seen when you wear the woolen clothes in the winter season, when you feel very cold and all, you use the woolen clothes, that is the sweaters, socks, caps and all you wear it, isn't it? That is made up of wool. So here sheep, goat, yak, camel, these are the animals from where we get the wool. So directly we are using these animals? No, we are not using these animals. We get from these animals, means the hair of these animals are used to make the wool. Okay. So here fleece. What is the meaning of fleece? Fleece means hair. Okay. Fleece means hair. So from that the wool is made. So this fleece also are of two types. So here you have an activity. You see yourself in your body. Somehow you have the hair on your arms, you have the hair on your head, isn't it? You just touch and see what is the difference between the hair on the arms as well as on the head. How do you feel? That is, some part of the hair is hard and some part of the hair is smooth. So here, we use only the smooth hair for making the woolen. So you can make out which is hard and which is soft, isn't it? So like this, hair is of two types. One is coarse hair and another one is soft hair. So woolen is made only from the soft hair. Then now to what type of this thing sheeps are reared, or from how we get from the sheep the wool means, first of all the first thing is they selecting breeding means what? They'll select such type of sheep which will yield only the soft hair. So what they do, selecting the parents, especially which are the characters in them, and that will come to their offspring. So that is the soft under hair in the sheep. So such type of sheep are reared and they are called as selective breeding. They select the sheep which will provide the soft hair for making the wool. So like this is called as the selecting breeding. The next one is, now which are the animals that will yield wool? So there are various animals which will yield wool, not only in our place, there are different places, different states and all. So that we'll study. There is an activity which you have to do it also. I'll read it out from the textbook. Now here rearing and breeding. So rearing means already you know, you rear at home what? Cat, dog and all. Means looking after them, providing them food, shelter or whatever they needed. So rearing means keeping the animals at home and looking after them, providing everything to them. And breeding them means such type of, I told you what is selective breeding means, the special kind of parents will be selected so that they will yield, the offsprings will yield the soft hair for preparing the wool. So here they from in the hilly regions, Jammu, Kashmir, Rajasthan, Gujarat, then Delhi and all, here you might have seen the shepherds are grazing these sheep and all. So what, these will eat only the grass. These are herbivorous animals. So they'll provide them all the food what they eat. So other than that also they provide them oil cakes, castor oil, all this, oil cakes. Then they give them other type of food to eat, but which is only of concern with the herbs. That is herbivorous. It is a herbivorous animal, so all the food which is given should be only the green things it will be given. So oil cakes means after preparing the oil, whatever the seeds are left out, waste is left out, no, that also they give it for these sheep, so they are able to eat it. Okay, so like this they rear them, they look after them, they give them proper food and then they make them grow. So once they are completely grown and when the hair is completely there on their body, then they start, there is a process that I will be showing you how they make the wool using that. Then those animals after completely their growth, the hair, these hair are there on the sheep. What is the use of this hair? We have studied in the previous year class, I think, we have studied why this hair will be there. So this will protect the animals from the rain or when they feel very cold and all, this will protect them, it will keep them warm. And during the in the winter season, these sheep will not be taken out. So they will be inside that is inside only they keep it. They don't take them out for rearing and all, to eat the food and all. They keep it them in the house, wherever they are keeping it, they are looking after that sheep, no, there they keep them, they provide them food and what all dry things will be given to them, dry leaves and all as a food to eat for them. They won't be allowed outside to go because it will be too cold and they cannot tolerate it. And because of the hair, they can protect themselves from the cold and it will be warm for them. The body will be warm. Okay, so now let us study about the animals that yield the wool. So I said you sheep, goat, yak, camel. So these names you should know in your local languages also. For sheep what you tell, goat what you tell, yak what you tell and camel. Already I think everyone knows this. So in Kannada what they tell for camel you must tell. Then yak what they tell, goat you must in Kannada, then in Hindi, then in Marathi. So like this you should know what these animals are, how they name, what is the name for these animals. So now here the animals that yield the wool, some of the places you see here. So the wool is commonly available in the market is sheep wool. So whatever we take from the market, that is the sheep wool. But wool is common. So the sheep wool is common in which place? In Tibet and Ladakh. So these are the places where the sheep wool is common. Then Angora wool. So this is obtained from the Angora goats. So you have the different names for the goats also, where what type of this thing wool is available from which place. Then we find in the hilly regions such as Jammu and Kashmir also. There also wool is obtained from the goat hair. Then the underfur of the Kashmir goat is soft. So in the Kashmir, the fur, the hair of the goat is very soft. So it is used for making the shawls. So these Kashmiri shawls are very famous. You might have heard Pashmina shawls and all. Even the dresses are there Pashmina, where the material will be very soft, plus it will be very costly. Then the fur on the body of the camel is also used as a wool. This is lamala and alpaca. These are found in the South America, and these also yield the wool. So these are the different places where we get different types of wool. Okay. So now you have to collect the pictures. Here is an activity. Collect the pictures of animals whose hair is used as wool. Then what you have to do, you have to stick in your notes from which all you will get the wool. Then you have to take, already I told you, sheep, goat, yak, camel. So sheep in India also, goat is there in Tibet, Ladakh, Kashmir, Jammu, Kashmir, all these places you will have. So you have to collect the pictures of these animals, that is sheep, goat, yak and camel, and see which places they are available. Then in the outline map of India, what you have to do is you have to write which are the states where you get the wool, and even the countries. So all this, there is an activity to do it. So when you will get the textbook, you can do it. Just I am telling you so that you will have in your mind that you have to do these things. Okay. So what? In the outline map of India, you have to mark the places from where all we get the wool. And famous, which goat, which place, Jammu and Kashmir with goat hair is soft and it is used as for making the wool. Like that you have to collect the pictures and keep it. And then here, next what we have to study is from fibers to wool. So how we get from fibers, it is converted into wool, that we are going to see now. Okay, now this much let us see on the smart board, then the remaining I will explain you. Okay. Okay children, now let us see through the smart board. So now here we will learn how to make wool from the hair of sheep.
Balls of wool in attractive from fleece to wool. In this module, you will learn how we make wool from the hair of sheep. It's winter. The shops are flooded with woolens and balls of wool in attractive colors. But where does all this wool come from? Well, it mainly comes from the hair of sheep, but it can also be obtained from animals like goats, rabbits and camels. The hair of sheep is not directly used as wool. Through several processes before it is converted into the wool we use. These different processes are shearing, scouring, drying, sorting, carding and combing, spinning, dyeing, knitting or weaving. Let us learn more about each process. Shearing. Wool processing begins with shearing, which is cutting off the woolen coat or fleece of the sheep. Shearing is done once a year in early spring or early summer. Shearing not only provides us raw wool but also helps to prevent the overheating of the body of sheep during the hot summer months. Scouring. The sheared fleece is washed to remove sand, dust, dead skin, dried sweat, grease and plant matter. This process is called scouring. During scouring, the fleece is put into a number of different containers containing hot water or hot soapy water or soap and chemicals. The wool is soaked and rinsed a couple of times. Each time, the soap and chemicals used are weaker than the previous time, and ultimately, the wool is rinsed in plain water. Drying. In the next step, the washed wool is dried. The wool is placed on sheets in the sun or on a drying rack. Sorting. The wool over the body of sheep is not of the same quality. The best wool comes from the shoulders and sides of the sheep, and the next best from the back and the thighs. The wool of the belly and throat is inferior, while that of the breech and lower part of the legs is the poorest. So before further processing, the wool is spread over a table in a well-lit room where people called sorters separate the wool into different piles depending on the quality. The wool fibers have scales called barbs. The scouring and drying processes disturb the normal arrangement of these scales on the fibers and make the wool prickly. So, these barbs are removed through chemical treatment before further processing. Carding and combing. In carding, the wool is passed through a roller that has thin wire teeth. This is called a card. The teeth of the card untangle the fibers and arrange them in more or less the same direction. This straightens and smoothens the fibers, forming a flat sheet called a web. Carding also removes impurities like vegetation that still remains in the fibers. Carded wool is made of fibers of different lengths. Long fibers are considered better as they give more evenness and strength with less hairiness to yarns. So, to get long fibers, the wool is combed to remove the short fibers. Spinning. The fibers are twisted together to bind them and form a strong, long yarn. This process of forming yarns from fibers is called spinning. Spinning can be done either manually or by machines. Dye. Wool readily accepts dye colors, so it can be dyed at any stage during processing. The two common stages for dyeing wool are after washing or after spinning. Wool dyed after washing is called stock dyed wool, and that dyed after spinning is called yarn dyed wool. Weaving and knitting. The dyed woolen fibers are either woven or knitted to produce fibers. In weaving, two sets of yarns are interlaced at right angles to form a fabric. In knitting, a fabric is made by interlocking rows of yarns and loops. So, we get our woolen carpets through weaving and our woolen fabrics through knitting. This completes the process of fleece into wool. In this module you have learned wool is obtained from the hair of sheep, goats, rabbits and camels. The hair goes through a number of processes to convert it into wool. These processes are shearing, scouring, drying, sorting, carding and combing, spinning, dyeing, knitting or weaving.
So wool is obtained from the hair of sheep, goat, rabbits and camels, isn't it? Now, the hair goes through a number of processes. How it is converted? This hair is converted into woolen. So there are 6 steps in the textbook given: shearing, scoring, drying, sorting and dyeing. So here these carding and combing, spinning, knitting or weaving, these you have learned in 6th standard. Okay. So here now you have this shearing. Shearing means what? When the animal is completely has a hair on its body, it is shaved. So it is shaved only in which season? In the hot season. So what they do, they remove all the hair along with the soft skin and it is shaved, and after that the hair is taken and that is sorted out. It is kept for the drying and all, and it will dry off and then they will see which is the good hair for converting it into the wool. So they separate it out, they dry and keep it, and then which is the good one they take it. Then drying means this, they dry it, and here drying means completely it must dry, the hair must be splitted completely dried, then only they can make into the whatever we want the things. Then sorting. So in this also some ships are good. I said you selective breeding, where the selected ships are only used for making the wool. So here they will do sorting out will be done in this way. Then last is dyeing. So whatever color you might have seen, so many colors of sweaters, so many colors of socks, everything you get, isn't it? Caps and also how you get it. Actually the hair of the ship color will be usually black or brown, isn't it? Black, brown or sometimes white also. So what you do? So we get various types of colors. So how they do it? They dye it. Even the color of the dupattas and all, if you want, if you are not getting, they dye it, means that same color they make and give it to you all. So that is called as dyeing. So here these are the 6 steps for converting the hair to wool. So which are those? Shearing, scoring, drying, sorting and dyeing. So these are the 6 steps.
In this module you have learned
which you have in your
wool is obtained from the hair of sheep, goats, rabbits and camels. The hair goes through a number of processes to convert.
Okay, then in your textbook you have here shearing, how they are sorting out the hair and all. So when you get the textbook you can see it, you have much clear in the textbook also. Scoring means in the tanks they put it and they mix it all the hair and all. Then next is scoring by the machines, means like they will be made into the yarns completely, means like cloth they make it. Then next one is rolling into the yarns. Then bundles will be made. You might have seen when you go to the shops and all to buy the clothes, they keep it rolled in the bundles, isn't it? So how many meters you want and all, that only they take and they measure it so much and give it to you. So like that they make it, and in this way the wool is made. So the processing of fibers into wool can be represented as follows. First is shearing, scoring, sorting, cleaning of burrs, rolling plus dyeing. Cleaning means what? Sometimes on the sweaters and all also you will see the unnecessary hair like this thing, fibers only. So those no, they will clean it off before supplying it to the people or before making the this thing, sweaters or socks or whatever it is. So whatever is remaining, they sort it out in this way. So today what we have learned? We have learned about the third chapter, that is fiber to fabric. In that we have studied about how the fiber is obtained from the animals. So in the animals we have wool and silk. So today we have seen about how we get the wool from the animals, how the hair of the animals is converted into wool. So now in the next class we will be seeing how the silk is converted into the how the silk fiber is how the animals give us the silk. So we wear many silk clothes, and also that in detail we will study in the next class. So read the lesson and PDF will be sent to you. Complete the notes and learn the definitions and keep children. Okay, hope everyone has understood the lesson through the smart board as well as explanation. Okay, thank you. Okay, here this is fiber to fabric. So like this is a diagram, flow diagram. Let us see this. So in this chapter what we are going to study? Fiber to fabric. First, wool yielding animals, that is the sheep, yak and llama. Then from fibers to wool, that is from the hair, how it is converted into the wool, from fibers to the wool. Then processing fibers into wool. So today we have studied only about the wool. This chapter is about wool and silk. So today about wool we have studied that wool yielding animals and from fibers to wool and processing fibers into wool. So here there are 6 steps I said in the processing of fibers. Which are those? Scoring, then shearing, scoring, sorting, then dyeing, cleaning. So these are the steps involved in processing of fibers into wool. So the next what we have to study is about the silk. So the life history of silk moth and from cocoon to silk. So here how it is obtained, how the animals will yield the wool. So this is the wool. First step is animals that will yield the wool. The second step is rearing. Second step is rearing and breeding of sheep. Then the third step is shearing. Fourth step is scoring. Fifth step is grading. Sixth one is removing burr. Then the seventh step is dyeing. And the eighth step is making yarn. So like this also you all can study. Wool, then which are the animals yielded, then first rearing and breeding is done, and then what are the steps for converting the hair into the wool. So here you can see these animals. Wool is an animal fiber obtained from the hair, that is the fleece of sheep, goat, yak, rabbit, camel and some other animals. So now let us see how this fiber to fabric, how the fibers are converted into the Continue.
Fiber to fabric. In this module, you will learn how fabric is made. We wear different types of dresses. Each of our dresses is made of some fabric. Cotton, silk, jute, wool, nylon and polyester are some common fabrics. But what is fabric made of? Fabric is made of fine threads called yarns. You can easily pull out a yarn from fabric. Moreover, if you untwist a yarn to loosen it, you will find that it consists of a number of thin hair-like strands. These strands are called fibers. Thus, fabric is made of many yarns and a yarn is made of many fibers. But how are fibers obtained? And how are they converted to fabric? Let us find out. Fibers of certain fabrics are obtained from plants and animals. For example, cotton
fibers are
and jute fibers are obtained from plants, whereas silk and wool fibers are obtained from animals. Such fibers are called natural fibers. In contrast, fibers of certain other fabrics like polyester and nylon are synthesized using chemicals. Such fibers are called synthetic fibers. Once fibers are obtained from their source, they are converted to yarns. For this, fibers are drawn out and twisted together to get the thicker and stronger thread, that is, yarn. The process of making yarns from fibers is called spinning. Spinning can be done by hand or by using a spindle or a charkha. For large-scale production of yarns, spinning machines are used.
This charkha is what? Who used to use this charkha for making the clothes? You know, Gandhiji. He used to make his own clothes by using this charkha.
The yarns so obtained are then converted to fabric using two methods, weaving and knitting. Let us first learn about weaving, which is the process of arranging two sets of yarns together.
So what is weaving? Weaving is a process of arranging two sets of yarns together. So only you will get different shades in your clothes, you see.
Weaving is done on looms. Some looms are hand operated and are called hand looms, whereas some are power operated and are called power looms. During weaving, initially one set of yarn is fitted on a loom. The other set of yarn is then interlaced at right angles with the first set of yarn so as to get fabric. Let us now learn about knitting. Knitting is the interlooping of one or more set of yarns. It is done using needles or machines to get fabric. Hope you enjoyed learning. In this module you have learnt fabric is made of many yarns and a yarn is made of many fibers. Fibers obtained from plants and animals are called natural fibers, whereas those synthesized using chemicals are called synthetic fibers. Fibers are converted to yarns by spinning. Yarns are converted to fabric by weaving and knitting. Weaving is the process of interlacing two sets of yarns to get fabric. Knitting is the interlooping of one or more set of yarns to get fabric.